Hi everyone, welcome back to the Calm Within the Chaos. I thought I'd share a meditation with you today, but first I want to talk a little bit about how to tell when you're getting overwhelmed. So often we don't notice that we're overwhelmed until we're overwhelmed, and then it's really hard to do something about it. So I want to share with you a little trick, a little visual that kind of helps me to pay attention to where I'm at before I get completely overwhelmed. It doesn't always work, I'll be totally honest, but it can help if you can remember this. So you might have seen something like this before. It's not uncommon, this overwhelm growth zone chart. So if you think about it, we try to stay in here, in your comfort zone where you're happy and you know what is expected, and you can expect things to go the way that you expect them to go. Outside of your comfort zone is it's what we call the growth zone, and it can feel a little bit scary. It can feel like, I'm not sure, but if we can sort of stay in this place between growth and comfort, that's a really kind of sweet spot to be in, because we're growing, we're able to step back into comfort. We can really just understand where we are. But out here is where we get into overwhelm. And so it's important to be able to sort of just kind of have this visual in your head, and use it to determine where you're at in this kind of cycle. Because once we get back out here, there's not really any crossover, right? So it's harder to come back into comfort. So if we can stay here and notice when we're getting to the edge of the growth zone and creeping towards overwhelm, it can help us to know that we need to take a step back. We need to do some self-care. We need to, just pay attention to what's going on in our lives and see if we can prioritize things and maybe say no to some things we can say no to, or take some time for ourselves that we need. So one meditation that is really nice for this process is just a mindfulness exercise, really. It's taking your attention as if it were like a little butterfly floating around, and it's getting to be springtime. So, you can imagine, as we do this meditation, sitting in a beautiful field full of flowers, wildflowers perhaps, and I'll bring up this visualization, but your attention is going to be like this little butterfly, and it's going to just land on different flowers of your awareness and experience and things that are happening, and feelings that you're feeling and sensations, and you're just going to let the butterfly of your attention land and just go, oh, okay, now I'm on a red flower. Oh, okay, now I'm on a yellow flower. Oh, okay, now I'm on a green flower, or whatever. And let it just do that. You don't need to stay with anything. We're not trying to shut off your thoughts. You're just really watching where your attention goes and what it's landing on. And sometimes it can help to name the sensation that you're landing on. So, for example, if we're in the meditation and you notice that your attention is moving to that shoulder pain that you keep having, instead of going, oh my God, that's that shoulder pain, I keep having it, I know I need to do something about that, it's keeping me up at night, all of a sudden you're off into being in the shoulder pain, the experience of it. What we're going to do in this meditation is we're going to go, there's the shoulder pain, and then we're going to let the attention just notice it, and then we're going to notice when the attention moves on to something else. And if the next thing that the attention moves to is, I need to do something about that, that's a thought. Then I should have done that last week, that's a judgment. So we're going to try and see. And as you develop this kind of a mindfulness practice, you'll be able to get a little more sophisticated with noticing what your thoughts are, and noticing whether it's a judgment or it's a fear, or, but for now, we're just going to practice noticing where your attention goes. So that's the idea of this meditation. So just find a comfortable way to be. You can either sit or lie down or relax back into a chair or on some pillows, whatever feels comfortable. We're just going to do a few minutes of this so that you get a sense of it. And I do encourage you to practice this. You can practice this really any time. You don't need to close your eyes and have a quiet space. You can practice it, while you're out in the world. You can just set an intention I'm going to just be mindful now. I'm going to notice the people that are around me and what they're doing. If I have judgments about those people, how I'm feeling in my own body. And you just step into the seat of the witness, like you're a scientist, right? And you're taking data for your experiment. And you don't need to have any kind of judgments about it. Nothing needs to be right or wrong. You're just basically listing everything that you notice. So that's really all this meditation is. So once you find a comfortable place, take a big breath in, let it out with a big sigh. Let the shoulders drop. Close the eyes if it feels comfortable, or bring your gaze softly towards the earth. As you close the eyes and go inside, just immediately notice your breathing. Just feel the breath rise and fall in your belly, in your chest. Maybe you feel it in the nostrils. Doesn't matter. And now as we begin, you're simply going to let your attention be the butterfly. So imagine you're sitting on a beautiful sunny day. The birds are chirping. You're sitting in a field of beautiful wildflowers. There's a soft, warm breeze moving through the air. You notice a butterfly flitting among the flowers. And you notice that it moves from one flower to another. And so with that same energy, that same intention, come back and notice your breath. And then notice your body. And then you notice a sensation. I have an ache in my right knee. Now I notice my feet are cold. Now I notice I'm longing for springtime. Now I notice I'm thinking about how little snow we had. And on like that. So you're just going to continue to let your awareness be like the butterfly and land on whatever it lands on. And as it lands, you're simply going to observe what you notice. If it's helpful to say it out loud, if you can, and you're in a space where you have some privacy, it can be helpful to simply say it out loud. It can anchor your focus. So I'm going to be silent for the next minute or so as you continue on with your own butterfly awareness. If you've noticed that you've gotten caught up in your thoughts and you've stopped witnessing, that's perfectly okay. Tell yourself, oh, I've gotten caught up in my thoughts and I've just noticed that. And then come back to listing your observations. No judgment, no harsh words for yourself, no need to be unkind. This is a practice, and we're learning to direct and notice. It can take some time. It's perfectly normal and natural for the mind to wander away. That's part of the process of meditation. Even the most experienced meditators have minds that wander away. There is nothing wrong with it. You are not doing it wrong. Taking another moment or so with your witness consciousness, with your observing awareness, your butterfly awareness. And when you feel complete, bring your attention back to your breath in and out of your body. Take one final observation of your whole being. Just notice what you notice, if there's any shifts or changes from when you started. As you feel ready, take a nice big deep breath in. Let it out with a soft, open mouth sigh. Flutter the eyes open if they're closed. Lift the gaze, come back into the room and the space, and see if you can do the same with your awareness now that your eyes are open. Oh, I'm sitting in this space. I see that object. I notice this thing. And see if you can take this butterfly awareness with you as you move throughout the day. And that will help you to notice, am I in my comfort zone? Am I at the edge of my comfort zone, moving into the growth zone? Or am I headed towards overwhelm? The more you can cultivate this kind of just witnessing, observing, noticing mindset, the more you'll be able to know where in that diagram you are and what you might need to do to bring yourself back from the edge of overwhelm. And if you are in overwhelm, it's okay. Just notice that you're there. And with as much kindness for yourself as you can muster, ask yourself what it is that you need, as if you were somebody else. What do you need? What can I do for you to calm things down? Do I need to tell, X, Y, and Z that no, we're not available today? I'll get to that. Take some things off your plate. Do you need to ask for some help? Figure out and ask yourself, as if you were someone else, what they need. How can I help you? You'd be surprised that you actually do know the answers if you treat yourself as a beloved friend instead of the person who's supposed to know better. So I hope that this was helpful, this mindfulness exercise. I hope you practice it. I hope you continue to cultivate your witness consciousness, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. We'll see you next time on The Calm Within the Chaos. Thanks so much. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe. Have a great day.